Welcome to Gamer Week. I'm your host, Charles Shipley.
And I'm Rickey Gregory. Today we look at the evolution of video games, from the NES to the Nintendo Switch.
And we look at how retro games have inspired modern games in a segment we call Then and Now.
While there were many before it, the Nintendo Entertainment System, released in 1985, revolutionized the gaming industry in a way that had never been seen before.
It single-handedly rescued the market from the video game crash of '83, and for the first time, the games that were featured had a complex blend of graphics, gameplay, and story.
In 1989, the first 16-bit console, the Sega Genesis, hit the market. With improved graphics and capabilities, it easily trumped the Nintendo Entertainment System.
In response, Nintendo released the Super Nintendo in 1991, and the console war began. With a large variety of games, the Super Nintendo was able to beat the Genesis in sales.
The huge development in games heading into the late 90s was the creation and popularization of 3D games. This called for better and more complex hardware.
Nintendo capitalized on this by releasing the Nintendo 64 in 1996. However, prior to that, a new rival had entered the scene when Sony dropped the original PlayStation. Back in 1995, the new console offered an array of new experience only possible with 3D rendered graphics.
Sega released their Saturn around this time as well, but it was not optimized for 3D games as much as its competitors. At the turn of the millennium, the first 3D consoles were starting to show their age, and console makers were ready to get some new hardware out onto the market.
Sony released the PS2, one of the highest-selling consoles of all time. Nintendo released its GameCube, and Microsoft got into the gaming market with its own original Xbox.
During this time, Sega released its last home console, the Dreamcast. Its initial success was undermined by its later commercial failure, and Sega dropped out of the console race soon after.
Utilize your superior skills, your superior intelligence.
Sit down, rodent!
Oh dear.
Sarah, baby! Oh, you were one.
Don't make me hurt you.
Learn to defeat your ruthless enemy, Steve of Hackensack.
Ryan, you're gonna get roofed.
Shut up, quadruped.
Online gaming on console saw an uptick during this time, but it was really with the next generation that online gaming exploded, and gaming hit the mainstream with the release of the PlayStation 3, the Xbox 360, and the Nintendo Wii.
Sales of consoles and games expanded, with all three consoles selling over 80 million units. Most recently, the PS4, Xbox One, and Wii U have become the consoles of choice for many gamers around the world.
Last but not least, earlier this year, Nintendo released its console handheld hybrid system, the Nintendo Switch, allowing players to take the console experience on the go.
Now, to demonstrate where video games got their start, Charlie's going to be playing a little bit of the original Super Mario Bros.
Awful, just terribly, as I might add. I'm gonna try to get past and I've already died. Trying to get past the first two levels, I can't do that.
Charlie's pretty familiar with failure, so this isn't a big deal on set.
My mother doesn't love me, so that's okay.
We've got him moving just about as fast as he does in real life,
Ow.
so that's a little bit of a problem.
It's like daggers, man. Every word of yours is just daggers in my heart. But I'm gonna try and get past the first level, at least, hopefully.
Maybe we can get the record for world's slowest speed run at this rate.
Maybe. I actually watched this morning to prepare for this because I'm awful. I wanted to. Oh no! I've started from the middle of the level, and it's not worth it. I'm not gonna.
You didn't take in very much from that video.
I'm just gonna try. I'm gonna try my hardest. No, I took in no information from the video.
Maybe try a little bit harder than your hardest, because that doesn't appear to be working out too well.
Nope, yep. I might get a continue, and I've gotten a continue in the only time they're like,
Charlie's done as poorly as physically possible
all right,
for
I
this
will
speed
get
run.
this. I will get this. People believe in me. I am handsome. I am loved. I am dead already.
I'd like to remind you,
I'm getting
this
so
is called
mad
a
right
speed
now.
run, not whatever Charlie's doing.
Anyways, now we take a look at a segment that we call Then and Now. In the year 1986, one of the most expansive games was developed for the Nintendo Entertainment System. The Legend of Zelda, an early pioneer of the open-world adventure game, was developed by Shigeru Miyamoto based on his love of exploring caves as a child. This game set the standard for what video games could become and created some of the most important hardware upgrades video games have ever seen. The concept of saving was created for this game. A battery was put in the cartridge because the game is so big that it needs the extra power. The concept of finding secret areas and new items and upgrades gave the player an innate sense of adventure and exploration never seen before on this scale. Now, as the years went on, the Zelda franchise continued to innovate and revolutionize the world of gaming. In Ocarina of Time, the concept of Z-targeting and the idea of incentivizing the player to break from the main game quest line was implemented, and with each game a new mechanic. However, in its most recent iterations until the new title Breath of the Wild, the Zelda series had become less about the exploration and more about the quest. What started out as a game that just gave you a sword and a shield and said, go fight some monsters, now became this long, drawn-out story of mysticism and focuses less on the player's sense of wonder and curiosity and more on the spectacle of the story that's being spoon-fed to you. That is why I argue that the best modern-day comparison to the early Zelda titles wouldn't be Skyward Sword or Twilight Princess, but it would be the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. It has the same style of breaking away from the main quest and that same sense of exploration that the early Zeldas had. With an expansive map that is full of dungeons, caves, and keeps, Skyrim will leave you with days' worth of adventuring and will never truly be completed or fully explored. The game is so large that based on the quests you go on and the outcome of those quests, you can never see everything there is to see in the game. At the time of its release, Zelda was a one-of-a-kind experience that was the foundation for modern games, and now Skyrim is its legacy, with it taking gamers back to the old-school concepts in the modern era.
When we come back, we take a look at the future of gaming. All this and more on Gamer Week.
I'm such a fan.
しっかりしてください。やれやれですね。
Being a transfer student can be a little difficult because going to any college transferring is difficult with all of your credits. As long as you go to a SUNY school from OCC, it's a little easier because SUNY goes with SUNY. It is a little difficult if you don't meet with the right advisor right away because you can end up taking the wrong classes. At SUNY OCC, they had a plan set out for you for what you needed to take to get your degree done. But at OCC, you really get the hands-on experience right away and have great teachers the whole time.
I wish there was something to do.
Explore art, discover culture, and transform your perspective at the gallery.
If you're living in a dorm, a delicious restaurant-cooked meal may seem like a dream, but here on campus, it can be a reality. Come to the student-run bistro, where you can eat delicious food and support the students who prepare it. If you'd like to improve your culinary skills, you can sign up for the class next semester and be a part of the most delicious dining experience on campus. Treat yourself to a great meal while helping your fellow students move toward their future. Come to the bistro in Gordon today.
It's fall. It'll start getting colder. I can't get to the mall, and I need to get some warmer clothes to wear. Where can I go? The bookstore?
Yes, you found it. The bookstore. The bookstore has a wide array and more. Onondaga merchandise from hats to sweatshirts and sweatpants, the bookstore has you covered. So if you thought you'd only find school supplies and books, look again. Keep warm this fall and show your school spirit. Stop in at the atrium in the Whitney building or order online at onondagacc.bncollege.com.
Welcome back to Gamer Week. Now we take a look at virtual reality and modern games. In recent months, virtual reality seems to be the next evolution of gaming. Still in its early stages and still working out its bugs, VR is the up-and-coming platform to look out for.
With new technology coming out every year, gaming can't help but advance with it. VR games give people the ability to feel as if they're actually occupying the game's world.
You no longer have to look around with a controller. You can look around by just turning your head. Going back to The Legend of Zelda, here's a look at the fictional world of Hyrule in virtual reality.
It's not just video game companies getting in on the craze. Even the company Oculus is now owned by Facebook. HTC, known mostly for their phones, are interested in this new technology. But this isn't the end of the advancements.
And that was pretty cool as well. So the game actually looks pretty good, and I like the weight and feel of the gun that they were tracking as well. It's a big thing, and you'll probably get tired holding it for a while, but it's the sort of thing that makes large-scale demos like this really feel very realistic. We also saw a pretty unique demo from Master Shape called Cover Me.
PlayStation, Microsoft, and Nintendo have all come very far since the 90s.
Games are no longer just 8-bit platformers. Game designers can create entire worlds that look photorealistic and hold dozens of hours of content.
Not to mention advances in artificial intelligence that create the feeling of facing off against another human being. Games like Alien Isolation are unpredictable due to the nature of the AI working against you like an intelligent enemy.
After the popularity of PlayStation Network and Xbox Live, online gaming has picked up immense traction, and millions of people play games with each other across the world.
In fact, the most played game in the world, League of Legends, is online only and has developed a very large following of over 32 million active monthly players.
But League hasn't stopped at just capturing a player base, but has used it to develop an industry of its own through esports. An alternative of sports, esports allows people to gain fame and money through playing video games.
The League of Legends World Championship had over 12 million viewers, and they aren't the only game raking in the dough. The Dota 2 World Championship had a prize pool of over $19 million.
SK Telecom have overcome every challenge. They are the undisputed best team in the world. The SKT reign continues. They win their third World Championship.
Video games are no longer just for basement-dwelling nerds like Charlie here, but have also reached a wider audience and can even be a way to be social and meet friends over the internet.
You no longer have to sit down on a couch together to play with your friends. You can connect over the internet, put a headset on, and play with each other from across the world.
But as we move towards the future, video games aren't safe from the age of controversy we live in. We've decided to discuss some of that controversy with you.
All right, now we're getting...
Passenger, show us your hand. Stop. Get down on your knees. Now down on your stomach. There you go. I'll take that, Hernandez.
Hey, that's my paper, man. That's money.
This is drug money.
It's my money, man.
Hey, don't worry about it. I'll fill it out later.
Welcome home, Carl.
So the real question is, stereotyping in video game. Is it a problem?
I don't think it's stereotyping so much as lack of representation.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see as many people as you do straight, bald, white dudes in their 30s running around killing brown people.
Six-pack muscles. Yeah, games like Fallout 4 have really tried to fix this problem with, you know, the character creation. It's immense. It's wide. You can, you don't just have one locked-on option for a character anymore.
Yeah, I think that's really great that like games are finally giving you the opportunity to just create your own character and then place that within the story.
So when we come back, a performance from Rhiannon Payne. All this and more on Gamer Week.
I never really knew that she could dance like this. She make a man wanna speak Spanish. Como se llama así, bonita así. Mi casa Shakira, Shakira. Oh, baby.
You may have walked by Coulter Library and seen that we're under construction, but we're still going strong. We have over 200 computers, 10 study rooms, and a 24-hour chat service where you can speak directly to a librarian. Our vast and diverse research collection will meet your academic needs. And here at Coulter, you'll find social gatherings and events to help you connect with the community. Experience Coulter Library today.
Need a break from the same cafe food every day? Quit the assembly line and head over to the Bistro, a live restaurant ran by students in the hospitality program who cook you food to order and serve it restaurant style. Come make reservations at the Bistro today.
I think the remodeling gives it a good look. It also provides more open space for the students. Also, it uplifts the school in some kind of way to me. Kind of when I see how the format of the remodeling looks, it makes it look more pleasing, appealing. So that's what I like about the remodeling of the school. Compared to what I've seen the last 2 semesters, it's really come a long way and it looks really great.
I try and give them a little bit of an idea of what it's like to work as a designer. Hopefully the main thing they get is the work ethic, that it is a lot of work. It's art is one of the hardest things to survive in. You know, you have to have the work ethic, and hopefully they get an appreciation for that, and as well as the information, you know, the art and design and things like that. Try and prepare them for what's out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we have a performance from Rhiannon Payne.
I wanna make you say everything that you can say. Words in my mind, words not in your mind. I wanna paint you a picture of my tattoos. No, you can't see them. No, you can't say. I wanna make you feel like you never felt before. I wanna make you happy. I wanna make you hot sing. I wanna paint you a picture of my tattoos. So tell me how it's gonna be getting hot. You take your shirt off. You're dancing too hard. You're sweating too much. Now your heart beats faster than you can count. As you get goosebumps all over your arms. Tell me how my music makes you feel through your actions. You inspire me to be better at making you think about me in everything that I see. This is too much to say. I can't get it all out. So you gotta do a favor for me. I wanna say you sweat like hair on the waist, leaves in the wind, whistles in your sand. I don't want you to be alone. how it's gonna be. Getting high, you take your shirt off. You're dancing too hard, you're sweating too much. Now your heart beats faster than you can count. As you get goosebumps all over your arms. Tell me how my music makes you feel through your actions. You inspire me to be better at making you think about me and everything that I say. Spirits in me that you never leave. So tell me how it's gonna be. Getting high, you take your shirt off. No, you're dancing too hard. Oh, your heart beats faster than you can count. As you get, oh, tell me how my music makes you feel. I just wanna make you see everything through me.
That was a great performance, Rhiannon. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
So you just had a new song come out.
Yeah.
And where can we find that song?
You can find that song. It's called Chasing Pictures, by the way. It's on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and I'm pretty sure Google Play.
And it just came out how many days ago now?
I think about a week ago, maybe.
So this is a brand new, like a fresh song.
It is so fresh that I forget that it is out. Yeah.
Is there any chance we could get to hear it?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
that
you
would be
can.
amazing. All right, once again, Rhiannon Payne.
Thank you. Have you ever gone back in time and saw yourself when you were younger? Didn't know what to do, you just walked away, thinking about every single day anew. Have you thought of what it would be like if you cared and died? Got nowhere to go. It feels like I'm chasing pictures, chasing my own way home. For you, I'll take it out from me, and my head is going insane. It's running its own race, and my eyes are burning on fire, killing me. Have you thought about the last time that you kissed me goodnight? Wouldn't know it would be the last time. Now I don't wanna see your face again. No more pictures exist, and I think of what it would be like if you cared and I got nowhere to go. It feels like I'm chasing pictures, chasing my own way home. For you, I take it out from me, and my head is going insane. It's running its own race, and my eyes are burning on fire, killing me. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. heart's burning on fire. You're killing me. Oh yeah.
Library is good. Now they're building it. It's almost done, and it's good. You can use computers, you can use books over there. So it's good, like, to spend your time if you don't have class. You can do your homework. And in the learning center over here is good too. They try to teach you a lot of things. They understand where you come from, and they help you.
The best part about OCC is just having that one-on-one interaction with your professors that really help you out with tests, homework. It helps a lot. At the tutoring center, helps a lot. For this semester, I had to take physics, and one tutor helped me out a lot with that class. I would recommend OCC to people that really want a good environment to go to with smaller class sizes and have just the experience to go forward in college.
I originally came from Northern Virginia. I feel as if OCC has welcomed me into the community with open arms. I went by the Gordon building to meet with the staff at the front desk so they can help me. The main thing they did was help me transfer my credits, you know, it helped me get settled in. They also set me up with someone to take me around the campus. A lot of the buildings are close together, whereas in Virginia you needed a car to get from one end to another.
My classes have a nice balance between doing your own work as an individual and working in groups. I find that most of my classmates are here to learn, and it makes it a nice balance when doing group projects. One of my favorite classes was web design, and it definitely opened up my eyes to what I can potentially do with that career. I think my classes overall are quite enjoyable. A lot of them pertain to what I'm actually wanting to learn, but overall I love it. You can really learn some great things here.
Welcome back to Gamer Week. Since we've been talking all about video games, what are your guys' favorite video games?
Go ahead.
Well, I gotta go with PlayStation 1 Spyro. I'm a classic. It's my first ever video game. I gotta go with that one.
Oh yeah? And I love Spyro personally. That's one of my favorites of all time. But I would have to actually go with Link to the Past, The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. It's just so expansive, and there are so many weapons, and Hyrule is just so beautiful. I love it. 16-bit color is my favorite.
We know how you love your Zelda, Charlie.
Oh my God, yeah. So Ricky, what's yours?
I'm gonna have to go with XCOM. It's probably not known to a lot of people because I'm a weirdo in a niche of strategy games that people don't really know about.
I know XCOM.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that.
Yeah?
I love my strategy.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you to Rhiannon for that great performance. Be sure to tune in next time for Pop Week. For all of us here at Gamer Week, it's game over. Rhiannon, would you mind playing us out?
No problem. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for coming along.
Your sunglasses and sunscreen up.